the 24 car of Jeff Gordon, a 4-time winner. He is tied with Mark Martin for the most wins here among active drivers. Started way back in the 27th position, and guess where he is right now, folks? All the way up to 8th spot, and he is on the move.
That was a great strategy move that Steve Letarte and this crew made. They pitted under that caution flag after they'd run a few laps, got some fresh tires, maybe adjusted the car a little bit, and he's made some ground now. He started 21st on that restart.
You talking about making some ground, Andy. I mean, right now he's 8th, and I just looked at his last lap time. He ran a 25.62, and the leader just now ran a 25.71. So, but before that, the leader ran the same speed as Jeff did. So Jeff's got the speed. He just needs a track position now. Mike, what's going on?
Well, you know, Andy made a great point about the pit strategy of the 24. I sat down with Steve Letarte this morning, and he told me specifically, because they're starting so deep in the field, they started 27th, he was extremely concerned, and to protect himself from getting in a dicey situation, the strategy was to get themselves off of pit sequence as quickly as possible. That's why at their very first opportunity, they came down pit road. The plan is to give themselves some track position and try to keep out of the thick of things where things can get a little bit dicey, and it seems to be working right now.
What it did is it put him on, Mike, it put him on offense now with these good tires, so he can just go out there and pass these guys. He's passed so many of them now that he can go right back and do now what the leaders are doing.
And what they have done is certainly working. Check out our sprint speed lap here. You see that Jeff Gordon is sprinting toward the front. He is faster than the leader. So much for how important qualifying was here at Dover, Delaware.
Oh, yeah, he's about a mile per hour faster that particular lap we checked him on, but... And now this is big news right here. Jeff Burton getting lapped already. Says he just can't drive, but we're only 53 laps into this race. He's already a lap down.
Caution being waved now. We are told debris. There has been some contact on the racetrack. You see part of the rear of the 31 car has already been bent in, but there's cars pushing and shoving. And that is a huge break for the 31 car of Jeff Burton, because even though he was just passed, he would be the lucky dog. And how lucky is that?
Oh, that's lucky right there, because they need to work on this car too. They need to get this lap back, get in the pits, and start screwing some of those screws.
Yeah, we got to do something. I mean, it's just freaking out of control.
He's, being out of control is one thing, but right now he needs to define to his crew what's wrong with that car, what's his biggest problem, so they can work on that area.
It's hard to fix out of control unless you tell us exactly why it's out of control.
Oh, that's where emotions kick in. That's where you get real emotional. It's out of control. I can't drive it. It's crazy. It's terrible.
That's like someone telling a doctor it hurts, and the doctor says, but tell me where.
Yeah, tell me where. Touch me, feel me. What do I need to do? I got to help you. We just got a big break. We're getting our lap back. We're back in a ball game. Don't give up. That's what that crew chief's got to be telling.
And if you're a Jeff Burton fan, mark it down here. Lap 54, caution number 3. He gets lapped. He gets back on the lead lap. And, folks, it was at this race a year ago that Burton won it and broke that 175-race winless streak and allowed him to lead for the first 5 races in the chase for the championship. So don't count him out.
And this is where you need to go talk to Kevin Harvick right now. He's running 4th. Guys, what do you got for air pressures? What's your problem? Help us. We're in trouble right now. And I'd be going right down to Kevin Harvick right now, talking to him and trying to get some help.
Here come the leaders down pit road.
Leaders peel off. They will head down. Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick, the front 4 at 35 miles an hour. Let's go down to Mike.
And Doc, before the race, Carl Edwards said one of his biggest concerns today, getting onto pit road, how tight it is and how tight the transitions are. A little bit tight to make a track bar and air pressure adjustment. Alan?
Middle frame on the left, Kyle Busch, 22nd to 9th in these opening runs of the race. Needs a little help with the front end grip on his car, 4 tires and adjustments. Jamie?
Matt Kenseth making his way down, had to be reminded where exactly his pit box was. They're so small. He's a little tight in 2, but he said 3 and 4. He's perfect, guys. He's gained 9 positions and been leading this thing. Let's go to Dave.
Denny Hamlin says my car's a little tight, rolling into the throttle. I'm going to take the edge off of it, said crew chief Mike Ford. As he leaves pit road, he's got an air pressure and chassis adjustment to help him.
Race off of pit road. They were pumping the fist in the 11 pit for Denny Hamlin, and there you see why. They gained a spot as Hamlin will exit pit road as the leader. It is Hamlin, Kenseth, Harvick, and Kurt Busch as they come off of pit road. Crew camera, front tire carrier J.D. Holcomb on a Whitesburg, Kentucky Elmer Kyle Busch car. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations. Welcome back to Dover, Delaware. Coverage of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race. It is stop number 2 of 10 on the night in the 2007 Nextel Cup chase for the NASCAR Championship. Under a caution for the third time of day, debris on the racetrack on lap 53. A big break for the 31 car as he's able to get that lap back, and we come down to the green flag, and Denny Hamlin once again will lead him down, but here comes Matt Kenseth.
And you see these drivers getting everything they can with these fresh tires. Like we talked earlier, it's all Matt Kenseth sail it down in there. These 4-sticker tires give you a lot of grip here at Dover.
Two guys are duking it out again. A little jump it there on Harvick.
Hamlin has led twice for 42 laps. Kenseth had made the pass and led for 13 laps prior to that pit stop, and Hamlin got the lead again with great pit work and also by having one of the pit stalls on the far end of pit road.
When you got these two guys, you got two great race cars right here, and these guys are running for this championship. How hard are these guys going to run to try to lead the most laps? Are those points going to be that important to them that they're going to try to take some chances to get out front?
It's going to be very important, Andy. That's the reason you saw Kenseth really go for it. Try to get that car in the front of Hamlin, because he knows if he gets out front, he can just go lead laps, and get all those bonus points, and that's what's on his mind right now.
Brad?
Yeah, Doc, I spoke with Robbie Reiser during qualifying and talked about their last quarter of the season with the 17 car, and he said they've just been really disappointed in all of their performances. They've not run as well as they think they should have, and they're going to run as hard as they possibly could today. He said you're going to see a different Matt Kenseth. Matt usually lays back in the weeds, and then he comes on at the end of the day, but he said Matt's going to drive the wheels off his race car, and that's what he's done. Jamie?
Well, Brad, I talked to Robbie Reiser just before the start of the race, and he said, you know, Jamie, this has been the hardest year of my life as a crew chief. And, you know, he and Matt have worked together since Matt came into Cup in '99. They even worked together before that. But he said this has just been a tough year. Roush Fenway Racing has just been behind on their COT program. But things are starting to come around with the help of their 3 other teams who aren't in the chase. They've actually been doing some testing, helping the 99 and Matt Kenseth in the 17 out.
Matt Kenseth has not had a top 5 finish since Michigan. And you heard Brad already talking about the frustration that Robbie Reiser and the team, they are a better race team than that. And obviously Matt Kenseth has got something to prove here today. The 99 car, Carl Edwards, Concrete Carl we called him, he was on the move early on. Of course, the caution came out. And Carl, like the others, came down pit road, and there might have been some issues in the pits. Let's show you what happened as Carl was trying to exit pit road during that previous caution flag.
Okay, we had a good stop here. We're coming out. Go, go, go is what the crew chief's saying. And here it funnels down. You got John Andretti coming in there in the 49. He just had to check up.
Man, you talk about running out of time.
Come on now. Come on, babe.
And to make matters work, he had to stop twice and let John Andretti run the front of him. I mean, that was double trouble, that one.
It's really important here that you play flawless here these final 10 races. In fact, we asked Carl Edwards about how important it was not to make a mistake in this chase.
The key in the chase is to not have those things happen. You can't have a wreck in the race. You can't have an engine blow because I believe this chase, the depth of the field is such that it's going to be defined. The champion is going to be defined by, the guy who has the least bad luck.
And what happened on pit road was something that Carl Edwards feared coming into this race. We mentioned that one of his concerns was how congested pit road was, and obviously he had a little problem with Jeff Gordon in that last incident. Let's listen in.
I mean, 24 just stuck it out there. We're too wide going by. They could just wait until we go by, and then they lose one spot instead of us losing freaking 4. Hey, I'm going to do a little preaching. I'm going to pray for that, but don't expect any results from that man, babe. It'll it goes around, comes around. We'll just do our jobs, and hopefully he'll get what he deserves.
And as you can hear, the emotions have escalated behind the wheel of the 99, but Bob Osborne trying to be the calming influence, telling Carl to just be patient.
I was just talking to Bobby Hudson, the spotter up on top of the roof for Carl Edwards. That's the biggest advantage Carl has. He's got a very experienced spotter up on top of that roof, and they're telling him what, these moves right here, they're keeping him out of trouble on pit road, on the racetrack. All these guys are acting like champions out there.
There is no margin for error here, and the spotter can be a huge help. He can get you calmed down, or he can get you fired up, as we saw yesterday in the Busch race when the spotter says so-and-so did something, the driver gets really upset in the car.
Let's take a look at the 31 of Jeff Burton right now. He's kind of locked up behind David Gillian. His car looks like it's a little bit better, but his lap times are still way off. They got a lot of work to do in that car yet, just not waking up yet.
This is a shocker to me to see this 31 car not be at one of the top 5 cars, much less back here in like 35th spot.
Jeff Burton finished 18th a week ago, 1 lap down. We thought he would be better in New Hampshire, where he had won 4 times previously, and is still struggling here today. Alan?
Well, Jeff Burton said before he came to pit road, we need big adjustments, not just a little bit. We really need big adjustments. So as crew chief Scott Miller's gone to work on the car, Jeff's principal complaint on the machine, rear grip. The back end of the car wants to spin out on him in several different spots on the racetrack. They've made some improvements on the car. He has passed people since the pit stop. He restarted 40th. He's at least up to 34th now.
So don't count Jeff Burton out. They're going to work on this car and try to get him there as long as he can stay on the lead lap and stay into contention. And speaking of getting into contention, how about getting into the lead once again? Here comes a 17, but Denny Hamlin says, nope, not on that corner. I'm going to blow right back by you here on lap 71.
This is definitely a different Matt Kenseth than we normally see. Just like Robbie Reiser said, he is going after it here early. He's being very aggressive and attacking this racetrack.
Well, he's running down the 11 car. Denny Hamlin's roughing him up pretty good there. Hasn't touched him yet, but he's definitely faster. Once he gets around, I expect that he's just going to set sail and start leading those laps and get those bonus points, because he's thinking championship right now, and that's what he's got to do.
Matt Kenseth, normally very poised, very composed, very sedate, sort of laid back and sort of takes his time. I wonder if someone just popped him in the face here before he got in the car. Matt is about as easy going as they come in the garage area, but he is fired up here in the early laps of this one. Jamie?
I think Matt Kenseth, guys, is out for redemption. If you remember back just a few months ago here in June, he dominated the race. He led the most laps. And then on lap 394, he ran out of fuel. Well, he's back. He's in the same car, guys. It's been rebuilt, and he's here to go to victory lane. Let's go to Dave.
Jamie, earlier upstairs as this battle continues, they were talking about how important it was to lead the most laps. Spotter Curtis Markham is encouraging him, the driver of the 11, Denny Hamlin, to take it easy. Denny radioed back, gotta lead laps. This driver knows as he lets Kenseth now get underneath him again, but here he comes back. He knows if he leads the most laps today, he gets 5 extra bonus points, and in this tight chase, that's important.
Crash here is Kyle Petty, guys, a former winner here in the 45 car. Kyle, who won the very first race on the concrete surface here back in 1995. He spins it around, and that will bring out
Take
yellow.
care of the motor. You're all right. You're okay.
Yellow for the 4th time today here on lap number 75.
Kyle pretty lucky not to tear the car up. That's hard to do, spin a car over there in turn 2 and not get damage from it.
Watch again the 21 of Schrader, middle of the track, and just that little touch there for Schrader and Kyle Petty.
And that was just absolutely a racing accident right there. Those two are some best of friends. So that one there was absolutely that was not intended.
That one might have strained the friendship just a little bit.
That could have.
Kenny definitely got into the back of Kyle Petty.
Kyle making his 51st career start here at Dover. One of his best racetracks. There's the contact, as you see.
Keep coming, all clear. Caution's out.
You can see what Jeff Burton saw as he sailed by on the bottom of the track.
Okay, my question right now is, I believe that Kyle Petty's a lucky dog now. I think he might be able to go right back around and get back on the lead lap. 21 just got the lucky dog. We've just been informed it looked like Schrader came out behind Kyle came out behind the leaders and maybe get right past there.
21 car, Kenny Schrader. By the way, next week at Kansas City, Bill Elliott will be back in the 21 car, and John Wood, the youngster, the young third-generation Wood member of the Wood brothers family, will be in the 47 car, which, of course, will be the second Cup car that they will run at Kansas City. Next year, by the way, it'll be John Wood and Bill Elliott and Marcus Ambrose, who will be the NASCAR Busch Series rookie, who will be driving that car sort of in a shared estate throughout 2008.
I want to let Kenny Schrader off the hook just a little bit. As he came down pit road, I saw he had a flat left front tire. That's probably what happened. Probably had that tire go down and got into Kyle Petty.
Pit stops. Here come the leaders down pit road. Mike.
And Carl Edwards rolls in 7th. A lot of debate on the radio whether to go with 4 tires or 2, and they've elected to go with 2 just right side tires for the 99 car. That was the call as they now roll off pit road and they pick up some track position. Alan?
Kyle Busch continuing his march to the front, started 22nd, running 4th at the caution, 4 tires. They will give up some track position here to people getting 2 tires. Jamie?
Matt Kenseth came over the radio and said, I'm just cruising around, guys, just kind of kind of waiting for him. He came in, they're going to make a track bar adjustment and air pressure on Matt Kenseth. 4 tires, he's down and away. Dave?
11 car, Denny Hamlin, track bar adjustment, 4 tire change.
Race off of pit road. Kurt Busch gains a couple of Biffle up 3. How about Casey Mears, who had a great car in the final practice yesterday? He is 3rd spot by virtue of gaining 8. The big loser on pit road, Denny Hamlin, lost 5 positions. Back with a green in just a moment.
Yeah.